Never let your boss disrespect you in the name of hii kazi ikiisha itakuaje.
Over the last few days, Kenyans have been talking about Rosemary Koech Kimwatu, may her soul rest in peace. She was the head of data protection at one of the biggest banks in the country, a mother of 4, several years across law and policy, and honestly, just somebody who had an extremely bright future. And at 40 years old, as per the latest autopsy results and findings,
Yani, some of these toxic employers are the brands we love and respect out here.
So unapata wasee wengi chini ya maji wanateseka, but they are entertaining it cause hawana option.
I hated that job. I hated the customers. I hated the managers. I hated the supervisors. I hated the team leaders.
Yo, what's poppin' everybody? It's your boy Novi and welcome back again. So guys, few days ago kumetokea breaking news that a lady known as Rosemary Koech amepatikana kwake akiwa amejinyuria, sababu allegedly place alikuwa anafanya kazi, it was a toxic workplace. How harassment by boss pushed senior KCB manager to worrying herself. The mother of 4 was found nuried at her home on Friday, August 21st, after what former colleagues and industry peers described as a sustained campaign of harassment by her immediate supervisor. This pattern of behavior include public belittlement, excessive workload demands, and constant criticism that gradually stripped away her confidence and left her feeling isolated, undervalued, and trapped in an environment where her competence was repeatedly questioned and her contributions consistently undermined. So unacheki mazee vile situation ya umadhe ilikuwa ngumu. Place alikuwa anafanya kazi, wakubwa wake walikuwa wanamfanya na feel ni kama kazi anafanya it makes sense, to make matters worse wanampatia kazi ngumu. And then pia in public, yani wanamwonyesha kuna vile tu ako chini. Sadi kafika point yenyewe akaanza kuona ni kama haiwezi. That's why alijifanyia hiyo kitu, which is very sad. The very qualities that made her so effective, her dedication, her attention to detail, and her unwavering commitment to doing what was right, seemed to have made her a target for someone who appeared threatened by her competence and determined to break her spirit. The more she used to work hard na kujituma, the more she made some people feel ni kama wako threatened juu walifeel ni kama kuna vile anawa outshine. Mazee alafu after hii story imefika kwa mneti, ndipo saa watu wakaanza kuopen up, wako like, mkimalizana na banking industry, ongelea medical / health industry. Hamtaamini the bullying, the gossiping, intimidation and spite that goes on there, worse than high school. So unacheki, huu ni mtu mwenye probably anafanya kazi OC na amesema hiyo pia hiyo side inakuanga ni kunoma, pia hapo wanakapitia.
Never let your boss disrespect you in the name of hii kazi ikiisha itakuaje. Hii kitu nilishasema hapa. Never let your boss disrespect you. Matusi, madharau ndogo ati hii kazi ikiisha itakuaje. Achana na hiyo kazi uone vile itakuwa. I have a friend driver aliacha boss Nyali Bridge, mama Mwindi. Matusi chungu mzima. Jamaa alishuka akamwacha hapo juu ya Nyali Bridge, gari kinguruma na akaenda. Wewe naenda wapi? Wewe naenda wapi? Hapo. And now the guy is doing very well. Kuvumilia matusi, problems, madharau, unatusiwa mpaka mbele ya wageni. Hadi kazi kisha itakuaje? Sometimes unamaliza na hedi, alafu unamwambia nipe changu. Where do I sign? Tuachane.
By the way, kuna watu type mbili. Kuna watu wenye wako na confidence ya walk away when they feel disrespected, and unfortunately other people are too scared. Yani kuna watu tu yani ni naturally ni waoga design. Hadi bosi akimdharau hadi ampige kofi, ako like mazee mtu akinifuta kazi nitafungiwa nyumba, siwezi lipia mtoi school fees. Anaona hadi anaweza rudi ocha. So unapata wasee wengi chini ya maji wanateseka, but they are entertaining it cause hawana option. And then the toxic people who are employing them wanateka advantage ya hiyo, sawa wanawatumia vibaya. Many people are struggling na ni fact. Kenyan firms face rising workplace well-being crisis as stress levels hit 87%. Hiyo sasa ni report yenye watu wa Citizen walituandalia last month. Kenyan businesses are facing a growing workplace well-being crisis, with new research showing that nearly 9 in 10 employees, of which is now 87%, experience workplace stress, raising concerns about productivity, employee engagement, and overall organizational performance. Unasikia? 9 out of 10 manze, hiyo ni kaa kila mtu.
This culture in Kenya, where people are expected to endure toxic workplaces simply because finding another job will be difficult, that will stop.
Hapa nje nasikianga watu wanasema it's either ujitume ama utumwe. So unacheki hapo kwa kukua employed, unfortunately si kwa ubaya, but that is one way of kutumwa. Na sasa ukitumwa inakuanga mbaya manze, unaweza tatumika vibaya, but unfortunately most people hawana hiyo ability ya, maybe hawana capital ya kuanza business, maybe hawana talent ya kukua wasanii ama kuimba ama sijui kudance, so inawabidi tu. Yani fact ni ati most people hawana option, they just have to be employed somewhere, of which ina lead to such situations. Alafu I remember there is a tweet by Amerix yenye nilionanga years ago, like 2023. Have you ever seen how women bosses mistreat their female employees? So unajua hiyo time miss kurada sikuenda kufuatilia, I just saw it. And then ndio juzi nimekuja kuconnect na history fulani ya madam ilipostiwa Nairobi Gossip by the, like ni mtu alihide ID akakuja kulia shida kwa admin. Hi NGC, please hide my ID. I'd like to ask your followers for advice. Our employer is making prayer mandatory at work and has threatened that anyone who doesn't participate won't be provided with lunch. Is this considered professional workplace conduct, or is it a form of workplace toxicity? So unacheki mtu alikuja kwa admin akamshow manze, place nafanya kazi bana, usipofuatilia sijui maombi kidogo unanyimwa lunch. Sasa kitu funny ni ati bosi wa huyu mtu mwenye amehide ID alikuja akaona hii kitu, cause of course it's Instagram and almost everybody with Instagram kidogo ni kama hataiona. So after bosi amecheki bado alireact kwa hiyo story na haja change mind. Instead of maybe kunyenyekea ama ku apologize, this is what she said.
I woke up this morning to find out my employees have exposed me on Nairobi Gossip. All because Friday devotion imemekiwa mandatory, and if you don't attend hakuna lunch. Yani kumbe huku nje mpeni maombi lakini mnapenda chakula Anyways, for me, that's non-negotiable, because every business that I have founded, it's product of faith, and I have to keep it as that. And I'm very loud about it. Everyone knows this before even they join the team. Nairobi Gossip. So you can unhide the idea so that I can talk to this employee. I mean, I can be able to pray for these employees, you know? Okay, fine. Job ni yake na maybe they agreed that before wa sign your contract ya mboka. So, kidogo mi siwezi mjudge, lakini sasa hiyo story ilifanya watu wakajam kwa mneti.
So because somebody does not want to attend a workplace crusade, no lunch for them, and you think that's a healthy place to work? When I made a video a while back and said some of these content creators that you people like and love, they are horrible people in real life, and how they treat others reflects on the things they say, you people say they have changed. You people say they've learned their lessons, and doesn't mean like that. You can always tell how somebody is based on how they treat people they consider less than them. And this is a perfect example, okay? Because I'm pretty sure if a colleague or an employee says, I do not want to participate in the crusade and I'm going to bring my own lunch, I'm pretty sure they are going to be punished at work, either by being pushed out or frustrating them until they push themselves out. That's number one. Number two, they do these kind of things in a country like Kenya, where they know the unemployment rates are high, and if you don't want the job, somebody else will take it. But one thing they forget is, as an employer, it's beneficial to you to have good employees that you've kept for long, and it's easier for you to be a good employer. Because one thing you forget is your employee can always get another employer, but the consequences of an employee leaving your company are far worse, especially if they were a good employee. because now you'll have to take time to train them and whatnot, and it's a lot of money and resources, instead of just being a good person and people just, stay at your work and work for you and they enjoy working for you. Another thing, these are the type of employers who will not allow their house girls to eat with them on the table. These are the type of employers that they will have their house girls eat from the kitchen or eat from outside or sit on the floor. They cannot sit on the nice leather seats. They cannot access the fridge. They cannot access, nice things like TV to watch or relax. They should always be working. These are the people. These are the people. I do not know this woman from anywhere. But based off this, I can tell she's not a good person in real life. And I'm pretty sure her life is chaotic. You can always tell how somebody feels about their life based on how they treat people. Those snitching employees, those employees who are always paying attention to other people and being negative at work, their life is always miserable. If they are married, the marriage is horrible. If they have a partner, the partner is horrible. If they have kids, the kids are just disturbing them. Like, they always have something disturbing them. So they have to find a way to let out that frustration. It's always at work. Finally, I work for a company that is very, very big. We are in tens of thousands in terms of global employees, and our revenue is billions and billions of dollars. One of my co-founders is an extremely religious man. I have never worked in a company that the founder is that religious. That if you look on my work calendar, we have devotion, I think twice or once a week. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory, and the company is that big. Nobody has ever asked me that I must attend, or if I don't attend, I'm going to be excluded from siju what and what. And I'm pretty sure that lunch is some jahe and boiled rice and oversized cabbage. Kenyan employers and jahe, mbosho, cabbage, minji, kamande, sijui what, githeri. It's not even githeri that has been cooked well with passion and care. It's those boiled big maize that are just looking at you. It's not like some nice skuma wiki with some nice sauce, beef and ugali, or rice with some veg and some beef sauce. No, it's always the cheapest, the ugliest, unhealthy food even that they call lunch. Ole wenu jamani, those of you who are working for this woman, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you can find your way out, because it's not worth it staying in a company like this. Because this is just one aspect of this company. I'm pretty sure there's more. These are the type of employees that will never give you a day off, or give you a day to go and attend to your sick child, or give you a day to go and get checked to your mental health. They'll be work, and the company even never survives. Companies run like this, they do not survive, because one thing about a disgruntled employee, they will burn your company to the ground. Remember Nakumat? Anyway, what do I know? I don't have a company yet. Ole wenu jamani, kama unataka hiyo company lunch, hiyo njahe for lunch, wende ukaombe. Kama utaenda kuomba kikorino, bebe mitura yako kutoka nyumbani na ujue utafutwa kazi in the next 2 weeks. Pole jamani.
So mazee, hizo ndo vitu watu employed wanapitia manze, watu wa 9 to 5. According to this Federation of Kenyan Employers, youth 15 to 34 years old, who form 35% of the Kenyan population, have the highest unemployment rate of 67%. So unachiki kwenye hiyo fia inatoka. Mtu hata akipatiwa, akiambiwa sijui hakuna lunch ama nini, aenda kukumbuka bana anaweza join the 67%. Hapana. Boys anavumilia manzi, hadi akiweza pigwa mabare za uso, hakuna kitu anaweza fanya. It's very sad nakwambia.
Yani, some of these toxic employers are the brands we love and respect out here, but do not have the human decency to treat their employees like human beings. I am so tempted to mention them. I am so tempted to mention some of these big names and put shame on them, because why would you treat your people like that?
And by the kama wewe si Gen Z na unashangaa mbona huwa Gen Z kidogo wana prefer either kukua self-employed ama kukua sharp boys, ama kukua mademo wa OF ama sijui anything else, bora to avoid the 9 to 5. These are some of the reasons, cause wanakuja tu kusikia zile vitu wenzao wanapitia kwa 9 to 5, wanaogopa.
I think watu wenye wanafanyanga kwa call center, guy, I hated that job. I hated the customers. I hated the managers. I hated the supervisors. I hated the team leaders. I hated the working hours. Nilichukia kila kitu ya kuwa kwa call center. I don't even know how people survive in those jobs. I don't know how they do. Customer ukiingia asha kutusi ukimuitisha deni. Supervisor wengine walikuwa hadi wanakupiga. Team leader wanakaa wachawi. Huyo muhindi ashinde hapo umekusimamilia ukifanya kazi. Manager anataka kukukula. Yani it was bad. It was so, alafu working hours, they were so crazy. Crazy. What do you mean ningie job 6 nifanye for 2 hours and then ni take another break for 2 hours? Hizo 2 hours nitaenda wapi? You don't even pay us enough for us to go home and then I hated working in a call center. I hated it. Alafu ilikuwa imepaintiwa orange. Hadi wa leo I don't think napenda kata orange. Hata sasa ndio naona ingu iko na orange. I don't like kata orange. Sipendi.
Ni sad manze. Yani badala manager kusaidia mboka iflow, anadai kukusosi manze, ni uchungu sana. Mimi personally I don't think kama we ni mse umeemploy watu kuwapatia pressure ndo itafanya sasa kampuni yako make profit. I believe in strategy by the way. I believe like kama we ni mse unajua kupanga strategy, obvious tu kampuni yako tu ita make profit, cause other people don't depend on you siju kusumbua watu ama kuwafanyisha kazi ngumu na cheki.
Now, a country like Iceland, it's a model country for many reasons. I know it's much smaller, but they did trial something around shorter working weeks, shorter hours, and guess what? They didn't lose any money. Productivity was either the same or better. Countries have not lost money by treating their employees better, and yet we still treat toxic work culture like the prize. And it's time that we continue to call this culture out. It is harmful, it is outdated, and we cannot call it standards. We work even on the weekends. It's that, no. I guess in some times and moments when there's a project that needs to be done, you still break it down to the team and be like, hey, let's push through. But this thing where that's the standard, the cutthroat, the ignored emails, the ghosting, the games, all of these things cannot be the standard. That's child's play and it's toxic. And we do need to call it out because a lot of people are struggling with their mental health because of it. And guess what? There is no prize for the most toxic workspace. There is no prize for the most exhausted and traumatized team. There's none like that. So check yourself. I run 2 small outfits, a foundation and a company. I, over time, had to check how I'm working with the team, whether things need to happen at a certain period of time or whether we can let it rest until the next level. And I know people might argue and say, hey, some of the companies with the best results did 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but is that more of a priority than what your employees are asking for or what you can do to create a better work culture all around? If that's a culture that you're still enabling, shame on you. If you're an organization that has been called out for it. And if you're an employee who is struggling with it, I'm really sorry. I hope you're able to talk to somebody about your mental health. And I also hope you're able to find ways to push back against something that is harmful. It's official with Janet Bogwa. We need to talk about this a lot more.
So guys, that's it for today. See you again in the next video.